All right, let's talk about Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, who had really just this awesome game offensively. I mean, definitely maybe they're not thrilled with how the defense performed, although it was able to make some key plays at the end. But yeah, this offense was just rolling, and let's talk about what it was able to do so well. Before we do, I should mention I have a movie channel. If you like watching movies, you can check that out. It's Jackson Kruger Movies. The link is in the description below if that seems like your kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, let's talk some Lamar Jackson. Starting off with the play you see on your screen, this is just an incredible play, really, by the Ravens. It'll show both. It'll show the good Ravens offense and maybe the not-so-good Bengals defense here a little bit. But the Bengals are showing an all-out blitz, which they kind of just have to do. They can't rush the passer really well, even against Baltimore's offensive line, which has struggled in pass protection at points this year. Cincinnati, that's something they struggle at. So trying to simulate some pressure makes some sense. Lamar is going to take the snap, and with pressure coming, you look down the field, and Rashad Bateman's route, the one that's crossing from the offense's left to the offense's right, is in a pretty good spot because the defender for Cincinnati is calling for a switch, I believe, but nobody is picking this up, so Bateman's wide open. The issue, of course, is that there's too much traffic over the middle for Lamar to throw it right now, and it's an all-out blitz, so, what is he supposed to do? He's running out of time. We'll watch him get more time by, again, he's such a good scrambler. He's able to buy just that little extra amount of time, flips it to Bateman. Bateman rushes the rest of the way in for a touchdown. Again, it's these little plays Lamar can pull off on a 3rd down and 5. That's the difference. I mean, that's a 4-point play right there. That's huge. And there was tons of plays like this in this game for the Ravens. This play was a good one. One thing I love about the Ravens and how they just approach things is they're not afraid to give anybody the ball. Like, this is going to be Charlie Kolar who's going to be getting the ball on this one. It's a zone coverage concept, and the way these plays work is there's a corner on the offense's right who's supposed to cover the player who runs furthest deep. And with it being Charlie Kolar, that's usually not the player the corner is going to be looking at right here, right? That's not necessarily the guy you look at as the number one threat. But when this play begins, you're going to see Kolar starts running down the field, and I think this corner was just not ready for this to happen. It wasn't ready for this deep shot. They thought it was going to be a running play, and the Ravens can really just fool you because, they run the ball so effectively. You're so focused on something like that when it turns out that it actually isn't a running play, and it wasn't even a play action, but just when you realize that's what's happening, you're in trouble. Lamar also makes the perfect throw. Kolar is able to make the grab and does a nice piece of running after the catch as well. Nearly gets a touchdown on that one. Really good stuff. Again, this is just kind of what Baltimore was doing. Is they were hitting everybody at times. They were finding ways to do what they could to get the ball down the field. We saw a nice Mark Andrews play. Nice to have Mark Andrews doing stuff again. Someone who hasn't had his best season to start the 2024 year. He's someone who was, at times, I think, he could even argue he was the second best tight end in football behind Travis Kelce. Maybe not starting off super strong this year, but this is a really good play. It's a 1st down and 10. He's in a one-on-one matchup, which is, again, there was a point one for the Ravens. When it was man coverage, he's just the guy they would look towards. Here, Lamar is still going to do that. Again, pressure is picked up nicely. Justice Hill with a nice block, pass protecting here, and you see there's a window. It's not the biggest window in the world. It certainly isn't, but still, for Lamar, this is just a really accurate throw. Again, when the quarterback's hot, these throws are all you need. These windows are all you need. He's able to make this one as well. So, again, nice to see Mark Andrews back, and nice to see Lamar, again, doing Lamar things, running the offense very effectively. This play was maybe the most important example of that. So it's a 1st down and 10, and you have a receiver just running a route to get into a gap in coverage over the middle. Nothing too fancy, right? But also keep in mind the game situation right here. This is a 38-35 football game at this point for the Baltimore Ravens. So with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, they need a score right here. If they don't get at least 3 points, they're losing the game on this drive. So, let's see how this play works. Lamar is going to take the snap. You see that right here. He's going to fire it, and again, it's schemed open very well. Good job by Baltimore, but also you got to say, Cincinnati, you got to play this a little bit tougher than this. This isn't that creative of a concept, but still, I want to give credit to the team that made the right play. As you see, Lamar, again, not going to miss that throw. That gets them into what was already past the field goal target line, because when you made a 66-yarder, your career long is pretty long, but obviously they were wanting some more. They did get a little bit more. Tucker was able to make the long field goal as well, so that helps out. But yeah, this is a really good play. And this next one, a key one. This was maybe the highlight of the game, quite frankly. So again, game situation. They're down with 5.5 minutes left. They're seemingly giving up points every drive, so they need 7 here. Okay, 3 is what you need, but you want 7 here. 7 would go a long way. Lamar is going to take the snap, and he fumbles it, and it was kind of funny where it took him a while to pick it up. It seemed like he was trying to keep his eyes downfield while picking it up, and it didn't quite go so smoothly. So off to a tough start, and now there's a Cincinnati player right in his face. However, Lamar is going to stiff arm him down, and then he's in position where throwing right off the sideline, getting a hit. There's a bit of a window to Isaiah Likely, but like, man, it's just a tough throw. Throwing across your body over the middle of the field. This is something that, quarterbacks, coaches will tell you, don't make this throw. But that's because most people don't have the arm talent that Lamar Jackson does. Watch this beautiful thrown ball. I mean, that's just an all-time great play, right? I mean, how many quarterbacks in the league are even capable of making a play like that? Like, there's a couple. Like Josh Allen's probably capable of it. Patrick Mahomes is probably capable of it. That might be the end of the list. It might just be those 3 guys. And the fact that Lamar can do something like this, and we say, oh, good play by Lamar. We don't even it's not even like on the highlights for, years to come, because at this point, this is just what we expect. Really good stuff here. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun that, for Lamar, I think previous games that had gone well, so much of it was like, oh my God, Lamar's playing at a really good level, and the team as a whole is playing at a really good level. Like, look at the running game, look at Derrick Henry, look at a defense, look at all this stuff. It's kind of fun to see a game like this where, like, don't get me wrong, I mean, there was that big Derrick Henry play in overtime. Obviously, other guys had to contribute, but this was a Lamar game, make no mistake about it, and a Lamar passing game too. What he did through the air here was incredible. I think previewing this game, it was kind of like, well, the biggest weakness for the Bengals right now is their pass defense. Like, the Ravens aren't really built to be a passing offense. Well, clearly they can be. Clearly, just because that's not how they're built doesn't mean they can't tap into that if they have to. And a good job by the Ravens, too, of being willing to throw the ball down the field, not just, saying, well, this is what we're good at, we're going to do what we're good at, but being willing to take advantage of their opponent's weaknesses as well. Again, they had some runs there, too, like the nice Derrick Henry one, all that stuff. But the passing offense, really strong in this one. So, yeah, I mean, another good performance by a guy who could, I mean, it's not crazy. He could win another MVP. Like, that's not out of the question right now, playing at a very high level. The Ravens are all the way back. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.